Amy. I'm an elementary ed major in the School of Education.
I'm Riley. I'm also an elementary education major in the School of Ed.
So we thought that the best idea, this is our case study question, which you guys are probably all familiar with. How can P12 schools and school corporations provide innovative and creative ways to confront the growing teacher shortage? So we thought the best idea was to create a survey to send out to teachers. We sent this out to over 250 superintendents all over the state of Indiana, and we got almost 400 responses back. This is a QR code if you want to scan it, but we're going to go over some of the more important questions that we did.
So here's some of our most important survey results. Survey says, what county do you teach in? We had over 31 counties respond to this from 31 different teachers in diverse areas.
So our next question was, how many years have you been teaching? And as you can see, over 50% of our teachers have been teaching for under 5 years or over 21 years. So you can see that the disparity is people are leaving kind of in the middle somewhere. So we thought that was really important because you can't fix a problem if you don't know where it's coming from.
Here's some more of our survey results. It says, what is your average class size? Over 57% of teachers said that their average class size is 20 to 30 students. The next question was, how many aides/assistants do you have in your room? And then over 60% of teachers said 0. And as you can see, our student-to-teacher ratio is not that good, with 20 to 30 students to one teacher is kind of a lot.
So arguably the most important thing that we asked is, what kind of support could you use in your classroom? And we got results. The number one answer was more pay. Unfortunately, we only have $25,000 to work with, and that's not feasible to give a raise for one district, much less the whole state of Indiana. So these are like the second, third most answers, and it was really just they wanted more resources, money for supplies, mental health support. We took some of our favorite ones and put them up here.
There's also teachers said they wanted better some teacher workshops and professional development opportunities to have to better their classroom, their students, and themselves as being in education.
So as you can see, like this one says, add mandatory mental health days to the contract, increase salary, better insurance benefits, service facilities, and classroom supply compensation. So these are our solutions to the problem. This is a pie chart of our budget. So we created a program. We call it the TILT program for Teach, Inspire, Learn, and Think. We allocated $5,000 to creating a website. It'll be a pretty big website. So then on the website we'll have mental health resources and teacher workshops. We don't have any budget for this because the mental health resources are already there. We're just gonna put them where they have access to it, and the teacher workshops will be hosted by the school corporations that partner with our program.
And then we have our PANDA scholarships. We understand that our survey can only help us aid current teachers, and we understand that a big issue to the teacher shortage is that we need people coming in. So our PANDA scholarship is going to give 16 students $500 for supplies and necessary goods so that way they don't have to worry about dealing with that in college. And then number 4 is our teacher supplies. Me and Amy came up with the idea that we're going to have a supply delivery service. So teachers put in their requests into our website, and we send out the supplies to them directly so they don't have to go out of their way to find it, and it's very accessible to all the teachers because it will be easily found on our website.
So this is a little more about the TILT program. It's aiming towards helping the growing teacher shortage. We've allocated $5,000 to it. On the website, you'll be able to find our supply delivery services, our mental health resources, our upcoming workshops, and our local scholarships. So the TILT program will partner with different school corporations to create like this, essentially a really big community of teachers that support other teachers. So in addition to the $25,000 given us to the state, given by us to the state, given to us by the state, sorry, this website will be run by donations. So I created just a little demo of what the Tilt website could look like. You can see up in the corner it has the tabs for supplies, mental health resources, scholarships, and upcoming workshops. It's just it's got the donate button. It's not active, but I just want to show what it might look like.
And then on our website, you'll be able to find the mental health resources and upcoming workshops. The Tilt website will offer comprehensive list of mental health resources in Indiana. This could be like a teacher hotline. It could be like all the resources that may be hard to find, but it will all be located on the website. And then the school communities that we partnered with would host professional development workshops and post them on our calendar. This takes some of the burden off the individual corporations and allows teachers from all over the state to participate in all kinds of professional development workshops. These could be on mental health, student services, diversity in the classroom. It can be over pretty much anything that's going to help them professionally grow.
So next thing, we are calling it the Panda Scholarship because we're Team Panda. We allocated $8,000 to it for 16 students. So the Panda Scholarship will be need-based with preference given to those who want to go back to their local P-12 schools and teach. And also, preference is also given to students whose P-12 school corporations are actually partnered with the Tilt program. So that way it kind of keeps it all in a nice little loop. The goal of the Panda Scholarship is to aid future educators that demonstrate financial need.
Supply delivery. So teachers will have the opportunity to sign up and to receive supplies that they need for the classroom. We've allocated $12,000 to this program. Teachers will put in requests for supplies and we will deliver them to their schools. Some of the supplies might include glue, pencil, fidgets, and other necessary school supplies. This could be like textbooks, like anything, maybe like money to go for events and field trips that are required by the school in low-income communities.
So this is just a little overview of our solutions. Again, we talked about the Tilt program website. It's going to be super important. We've allocated $5,000, which seems like a lot to build a website, but it's going to be a very comprehensive website. And we have our mental health resources and professional development. This is arguably the most important part because teachers are begging for mental health support. That's all of our responses for mental health support.
And then we have our Panda Scholarships again, which are going to give 16 students in Indiana who plan on teaching back in their local P-12 schools and who have financial aid needs. They're going to be getting...
For Q&A. So now there's 4 minutes of Q&A.
Yeah.
As a teacher, I love the idea of the supply delivery. That's fantastic. I'm curious, have you thought about how you would evaluate the requests? If all requests up to $12,000 would be approved, or if some would be approved and some would not be approved?
We actually did think about this. We wouldn't be able to do anything crazy. Like one teacher wouldn't be able to order like $5,000 worth of supplies, but to an extent, pretty much everything would be approved to up to like a couple $100, maybe $1,000.
And the more donations we get in, the more we can supply out. So we're going to be very, very hopeful that we get more donations from the state of Indiana and other people who want to help fund the P-12 schools because they need the help.
How would you advertise this so people know it exists to donate to it?
So we thought about that. We thought about like maybe the school corporations advertise it to their parents. We even talked about buying like billboards and stuff. And ultimately, we don't have one solution. I think there's so many different ways this can go. Our biggest idea was to advertise it on social media because that is the biggest platform that teachers are on today.
We could also do like newspapers, maybe put in some of the teaching magazines that they have. That's like for Indiana also.
You hit on something interesting when you were going over your survey data. And in the problem statement, it says burnout, retirement, and other factors are creating shortages. So data used to show that teachers would leave in less than 5 years. But your data that you mentioned showed teachers in the middle of experience years are leaving. Were you able to drill down on why the teachers in the middle with years of experience were leaving and why that's happening?
We had a lot of responses. Again, we had over 400 responses to sift through. We had a lot of burnout responses. A lot of they're having issues with like their admin supporting them and like the micromanaging and not being treated as professionals. We go to school for 4 years, sometimes more, to do this, and a lot of teachers were saying that they get treated like babysitters and that they couldn't handle that anymore, so they left.
And the school communities will or the school admin will push out this website to the teachers to show that they care and support, and that can help a lot with the burnout. And like we said, there's a bunch of mental health resources and contact forms and stuff where like teachers could probably talk to other teachers and just really have someone that they can feel comfortable enough to share their experiences and see if it's relatable, maybe help them stay in the education departments.
That was my question also about the mental health teacher burnout issues is, pinpointing, if you could, within that survey, were there specific areas within that, do you think that would need support? Like what you're talking about, but how would they know what those areas of need are within their own school districts if you're not funding that piece?
Yeah, so we were able to pinpoint pretty clearly what some of the issues were with just a simple survey. So if schools wanted to send out a survey and see what their teachers needed help with, that would be a fantastic way to do that.
Mm-hmm.
Any feedback from school corporations could be added to a website. The good thing about a website is it can be constantly updated. New things can always be added.
Anonymously too.
Yes, anonymously. This whole
Fully
survey
anonymous, yeah.
was anonymous unless they wanted to put in their emails to get the results back.
Yes.
Thank you.
Is there any other questions?
How did you decide who to survey?
We sent it out to everybody we could find in Indiana. All the superintendents that we could find in Indiana, which is not an easy task. There is no database. So we, just anybody in Indiana that we could get a hold of, we did.
Like we said, we sent it to over 250 superintendents that we could just find. And with creating the website and stuff, we could send it out even further to other ones.